This is Record Royale, where we throw two albums into the ring with one another and see which one comes out on top. Hey, here we are.
Yo.
Here we are, episode 40, the big 4-0. We're at the midlife crisis. How are we all doing?
Yeah, good.
Very
I
good.
thought that started at 25.
Very good. Yeah.
That's quarter.
Yeah, that's quarter life, mate. Hey, that was the voice
shit.
of our first ever two-time guest on Record Royale. That's a damn honour. Cody Stebbings from Down for Tomorrow. He's back on the pod. How you doing, Cody?
Hello, I'm pretty good. I'm in a production suite at my uni, so fun times.
Yep.
I spend more time out
It's
of the
very-
house lately, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, that's good. It's very professional. You're in the little the studio,
booth.
in the
Yes.
in the booth, in the lab,
Man,
to record an app.
I couldn't
More
trust
professional than us.
I couldn't trust the native birds at my place.
Oh yeah, I got a few as well. The door to like the balcony of the room I'm in doesn't shut properly. So when we did that like 8 a.m. recording, there would have had to be some singing birds in that one.
That's all right. Bit of background noise.
Like,
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. How's your week's been, Brad and Adam? How was your Super Bowl Monday?
Pretty big.
Pretty big.
Turned
Pretty
out.
big.
Feeling
Me and
pretty
Adam
rusty
linked up
today.
about 4 p.m. or so, and yeah, went for a while. It's a shame it was such an average game, but
I'd
hey,
never
the
watched
company
the
company was great, and that's all that matters.
I watched it. It wasn't like exciting or epic game, but
No,
not that
not
I
at
watch
all.
NFL too much, but
That's the same in me. Yeah, I was
Tampa Bay,
expecting big
their
things.
defense was unreal.
Yeah,
So
and
I respected that.
Did
Yeah, I'm not a
did
massive
everyone watch the
NFL
weekend's
watcher.
performance?
Yeah.
What do
What do you think? I thought it was great.
I didn't like it first time through, but I've watched it again and now I think it's genius.
I thought it was really cool.
it was
The
alright.
way he used the camera.
The way
I thought it was sick.
that just freaked me out. I think when he went in the gold room.
That was an instant meme. Like that was
Oh, yeah.
everywhere.
and
So
they
funny.
knew that as well, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I thought it was sick when they all went onto the ground
Yeah,
as
that was
well. and
crazy.
Played Blinding Lights too. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And every time someone plays at the Super Bowl, it just makes you realize how many hits they have.
Mm.
And he's only been around for like, I don't know, 8 years or so.
Yeah.
He's got so many great tracks.
Yeah,
Have you listened to his last album that came out
Yeah,
last year?
it's so good.
It's really good.
Mm.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
give it a go.
He's another one of those people that's just like looked at what worked 30, 40 years ago in like history and like pop music and was like, I'm just going to do that. And then like kind of did a little twist on it. Like Bruno Mars did the same thing like 10 years ago. He was like, oh, that works. I'm just going to do it. And then people who don't really know music history are like, this is the best. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
of course it is. Because it's been the best forever. So it just works. And it's great. The Weeknd's another one of them. So I thought it was pretty cool. What have you been doing, Cody? Is uni just started for you, like the semester? Or?
Yeah, it started last week actually. I finish up in August, so I'm pumping for that. It's nice to be back on campus again. That is so much better than having to do classes online. Like, sure, there's a convenience in doing a class from your bedroom, but one of my classes this morning was online, and straight away I heard the tinny, like, voice coming through my laptop speaker, and I just thought I'd prefer to actually be in a classroom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's a lot harder to focus.
You
when
need
you're just at your
that
computer.
community to just be there.
yeah.
Are you still doing it online, Brad and Adam, or are you back face to
I'm
face as
all-
well? Oh, you're
I'm
done,
finished,
Adam, aren't
yeah.
you? Yeah. But Brad, what
Yeah.
about you?
Yeah, I'm full face to face,
Yeah,
which is
decent.
good. Yeah, because I struggled last year with the old Skype or the Zoom
I think everyone
or
did.
whatever.
It was pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not much motivation.
No, and I've got so many like knickknacks and toys on my desk as well.
Yeah.
I got my fingerboard here, like, and I was flicking that around, just like mute, no camera.
As you
Tech
would.
deck
Yeah.
Tech deck.
during all that. But yeah, can't take that to uni, or could I? I probably could.
I reckon you
But
could.
we'll see.
You'd
Yeah,
be that weird kid with the fingerboard though.
yeah. Hey, I'm cool with that.
Cody, what's been happening in Down for Tomorrow world? Any new news? So you've been on the show like 6 months ago.
Yeah, we did shows. We did a little blitz of shows in November. We supported Stand Atlantic, funnily enough. And then we played a headliner, which was brilliant. That took me by surprise completely because it was at a music store. It was at Big Music in Crow's Nest in the upstairs venue, and it was all seated. At the start, it felt like a school assembly, but then very quickly it turned into such a great and energetic show, and everyone was just having such a great time, and the reception was brilliant. The after party was brilliant. I loved it.
Was it
That's
all ages?
Yeah, I think it was.
Nice. Very nice.
Great.
All ages. Was it? Wait, you said that was sitting down as well?
Yeah, it was seated. Had to be.
Yeah. Was this Stand Atlantic show? I'm assuming seated.
That was seated too. Yeah, they were both.
Yeah,
I think our headliner was a bigger cap than Stan Atlantic's. I'm not trying to toot my own horn there, but I think pretty sure it was.
Well,
What venue was where you supported Stand Atlantic? Where was that at?
That was Crowbar.
nice.
Oh, Crowbar.
That's it.
True. Great venue. That's sick. That's awesome. That's really cool. Hadn't even mentioned the bands we're doing. There it is. We've already done it. So Stand Atlantic and their both albums came out last year. So Stand Atlantic, Pink Elephant, and yours truly, Self Care. Now you're like mates with both these bands, aren't you, Cody?
Yes, I am actually.
Yeah.
I toured with yours truly back in 2018, and I actually recorded Drink to Drown for Stan Atlantic on their recent record. So
Whoa. Really?
I have a hand in both those bands, and they're both they're
Wow.
all close friends. They're all incredible musicians, and they have absolutely been kicking goals in the last few years.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
big time. See, bloody, the internet doesn't tell me this stuff. There's Cody Stebbings, Drink to Drown. What do you mean you recorded them? Like, as in you
I played piano on that
produced,
song.
or you... What did you do, sorry?
I played piano on that song.
Beautiful. That's
Yeah,
really
that's
cool.
unreal.
I didn't know that.
There you go.
That's sick. That's so cool. And when you say you toured with yours truly, did you play bass for them on a tour?
Yeah, so I played bass for both their tours in July and September 2018 when they were supporting Between You and Me.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
Damn. That's really cool. And then, but you've played shows with them with Down for Tomorrow as well, have you? Or just Stand Atlantic?
Sorry, say again?
So have you supported yours truly with Down for Tomorrow as well, or have you just supported Stand Atlantic?
No, actually, well, it was before I started playing with yours truly. Down for Tomorrow actually opened for their High Hopes release show. And then 2 years later, we were main support for Stan Atlantic at their Pink Elephant headliner in November last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
That's sick. That's so cool. That's so cool. I was going to say, I wasn't going to mention it, but I will, because originally you were going to come on and do 2 different albums, which I won't say, actually. I better now. You were going to do Silverchair and Violent Soho, and then you swapped last minute to these 2, and I was like, I like this swap. What was your thought process behind going these 2 bands?
My thought process was that choosing 2 current pop punk bands, female fronted, that are writing some of the greatest music I've heard in that scene lately, I thought that would be a lot more fun and interesting to talk about, especially with you guys, rather than talking about a grunge album from the 90s against a grunge album that came out 10 years ago. No disrespect to those artists whatsoever. I would much rather talk about stuff that came out last year and that is a lot more relevant to the music that I like and the music that is currently clearly being enjoyed by current listeners in the scene.
Nice.
Yeah, I get that 100%.
Well said.
As good as the Silverchair and Violent Soho matchup will be, and we will do it, we just simply will do it.
Coming.
I was pretty stoked when you changed with these 2, because it's 2 albums that I haven't listened to before this week in full. I've obviously heard the singles, but so I was pretty stoked to dig into them. Let's get into it. Let's do it. Before we do, make sure to subscribe. Never miss an app. We're up to episode 40 now, baby. That is huge news. Drop us a 5-star rating and review, because your boys have dropped a couple of places in Tunisia. How do you pronounce it? Tunisia.
Yeah.
And New Zealand. We've dropped to like 18th.
Oh,
What's going on?
In
What the hell,
Tunisia.
New Zealand?
In New Zealand, we're 18th.
What are we in
I know.
Tunisia? Because we were second.
Probably like 1. They can't get enough of us over there. But no, drop us 5-star rating, leave a review. That shit helps. We want to go up. We want to be famous in New Zealand. We want to come to Auckland, Christchurch, Wellington next year.
And Tunisia.
Yeah. How good would that be? Simply. Cody, you can come too. All right, yours truly, formed in 2016 in Sydney. I'm going to butcher the pronunciations of these names, so Cody, you can help me. Is it Michaela Delgado?
Michaela Delgado.
Delgado, vocalist. Lachlan Cronin on the guitar. Brad Cronin on the drums, spelt differently, not related. And Teddy Winder or Winder? Winder. Damn it, on the guitar. Their debut album was this one, Self-Care, released on 18th of September last year, 2020, by Unified. We've mentioned them before with Slowly, and I think someone else maybe. Ocean Grove, In Heart's Wake, also on that label. Produced by Stevie Knight. Now he's going to come up again because he produced Stand Atlantic stuff, and did he not produce Down for Tomorrow stuff as well?
He sure as hell did.
Yeah, and he's going to come up again because he's coming on the pod in a couple of weeks. Can't wait for that. But he's done stuff from, as it has said, Stand Atlantic, Down for Tomorrow, also With Confidence, Red Hook, Between You and Me. So really just a real good bunch of like Sydney bands, and obviously bands not from Sydney, like Waxflower and stuff like that. But yeah, he's done a lot of that good pop punk stuff that's come out of Sydney and Australia in general. 4 singles, Composure, Together, Undersize and Funeral Home. And this one peaked at number 19 in Australia, which is pretty dope for a debut album from a Sydney pop punk band.
Absolutely.
Cool. Moving on to Stand Atlantic. They formed in Sydney in 2012. Bonnie Fraser is the vocalist guitarist. David Potter is the guitar player. Mikey Rich, bass. And Jono Panici? Cody, help me out.
Don't ask me, I don't know.
Jono on the drums. This is their second studio album, released also last year, 2020, August 7th, by Hopeless Records. They're like one of the biggest pop punk labels in the world. Neck Deep, The Wonder Years, Sum 41, just a few bands on that label. As I said, also produced by Stevie Knight. And there was 6 singles on this. I think they did that just to... I don't know if they originally planned to do 6 singles, but because of COVID, they decided to just release one a month, I think was the plan. Hate Me Sometimes came out a bit earlier, though. So that was like a standalone single, but it also made its way onto the album. Shh! Exclamation mark was the second one. Drink to Drown. Now my favourite track, because Cody played keys on it, or piano. Wavelength, Jurassic Park, and Blurry. And this one peaked at 23 in Australia. So both albums doing pretty well here in Oz. And I imagine they both would have done like relatively well in the pop punk scenes overseas as well, due to their label. And they're pretty big. They're pretty big now, and they both have toured overseas. Cool. Let's get into the elements. Hey, also, a little side note. And I'm sure everyone loves it too, but Brad, I've been loving the edits you've been putting on the elements. Last week's was straight up funny.
I checked the vocoder on there, didn't I?
It was great. Honestly, great. I'm pretty sure all of our listeners in New Zealand love that one too.
Okay, shout at them.
Yeah,
there's an infinite amount of vocoder effects, so I'll keep rummaging through them.
Sounds great. Speaking of vocal effects, both bands kind of like use a little bit of vocal effects, or not a little bit, actually a lot.
There's a lot.
A lot of vocal effects, especially Stand Atlantic. They do it a lot. I think maybe Stevie just might do it on a lot of his albums, but they do the thing where it's like a callback, like a call and response, but the response is like a delayed, reverbed out kind of
sounds like a phone.
The telephone.
Well, it works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The filtered telephone. Yeah.
I've kind of like just known that Stand Atlantic. That's just Stand Atlantic's thing. They just do that in like every song, which is cool. I like the consistency.
It's good. They do a lot of other things as well, especially in yours truly. I think it was the song Glass Houses. She like gets pretty high up in a register, and then they like pitch it down going into the chorus. I think I've never really heard something like that. It was like almost like a flume sort of like sample.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I haven't like heard that in pop punk before. It was cool. I was like, whoa, that took me by surprise. It's one of the examples of all the effects they're chucking on, and all like the sub drops and the white noise. It's pretty like, it is quite standard, but it is still super fun, and just gives it a bit more energy.
See, I really think Stevie gets the best out of his artists by getting them to perform at their absolute best in the studio, while also tweaking the production so nicely, like with the auto-tune, with the white noise, with anything that he thinks it needs. Like he'll put distortion on the vocals if he wants to.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, it almost Stand Atlantic's album. I mean, it like jumps between genres a lot.
Yeah,
like. I imagine it was their intention to do so, because some parts are super electronic and like almost like
And that's what I like about it so much.
yeah.
It's
I don't
so
know what the
different.
genre is.
Pretty
of, like,
experimental. I reckon
Yeah.
Blurry's like an 80s. Like the guitars
yeah.
in it, they sound like
Yeah.
that last 1975 album. Like those big like they sound like you're in a stadium. Massive shimmery guitars.
I think that was the only song on that record that wasn't written with Stevie Knight.
Oh really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, hence why it sounds the way it does. I think it was written in LA, from what I believe, and that Stevie brought it back for the album and added guitars to it, and made it huge.
Yeah.
Like put on the Stevie Knight production to add to the synths.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very like what you said, Adam. It's very much an arena song. The drums are huge on both albums, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're right at the front of the mix, aren't they? Especially in the Yours Truly one. I found that. Or maybe just the guitars had just been cut back a little bit. I kind of wish they were a little bit more, just a bit more tonal.
Yeah,
It
no, I get
kind
that
of sounds
too.
a bit more. Like it kind of sounds a bit. You just can't really hear the tone of the guitar, or like not that I know what they're playing, but if I wanted to know, I can't really tell.
Yeah,
I'm sure
found
that's just
that.
me not knowing.
There
what's
is
going
some
on.
pretty like slick guitar lines on the album.
Oh,
the
yeah,
intro
they're
to
crazy.
Composure is really nice.
Oh,
and,
so
and
good.
together as well. That second and third track, they're really, really, really good. They actually use like some pretty cool beats and like rhythms in there as well. Like the chorus are together. I really like it because it doesn't go like super hard all the time. It's kind of like a bit more like restrained a bit. So it's really cool in that.
Yeah.
I still remember the very first time I heard Composure, and I just thought to myself, you lot make this look far too easy for your own good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a track.
Yeah, the vocals on that track are crazy. Well, the vocals on everything
Vocals on the whole album.
is insane. Yeah.
Composure is just a powerhouse of a song.
Yeah.
Michaela belts it at the top of her register. The guitars are fat. The drums are huge. It
love
really sets the bar
yeah.
for the whole album.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming out of the chorus, they do that little drum bit. It's heaps like Story So Far. Reminds me of
Oh yeah,
oh, what's the Story So Far song?
there are plenty of them. You'll get one of them.
Yeah, the first track off the What You Don't See, I think it's called.
Oh, Things I Can't Change.
Things I Can't Change. Yeah, it has
Yes.
that little rhythm to it. And when I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, for sure, lovely, absolutely. But yeah, I found that pretty cool. That was maybe the highlight of the album for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, do they not play with a bass player live?
No, bass is all on tracks.
Wow, that's crazy.
I
Does
know,
that mean
right?
they like can't, if they wanted to? Does that mean they couldn't like do a jam just out of nowhere?
What, with a bass player?
Yeah, well, like because it's on a track, they could only play their songs.
Well, I'd be very worried if tracks could all of a sudden start jamming along. I think AI would have come very, very far if that could happen. I'd be scared.
Maybe
But,
one day.
I think, no, I'm sure they can have jams. It would just mean that there'd be no bass in the jam.
No
Yeah,
bass.
that's true.
No bass. Yeah, true. The robot bassist just knows every key, knows what you're about to do next. Band name, robot bass.
Yeah,
Anyone?
Terrible.
righto.
Anyone?
No.
Not too sure.
No? Okay. Fair enough.
It's all good, bro.
Brad and Adam, have you listened to Stand Atlantic before this week at all?
Yeah. I'd briefly listened to this album. I'd like gone once through, but
Yeah.
hadn't had a deep dive. And I really liked that.
Yeah.
Got really into it this week, actually.
Did any of you hear the steel drum in Jurassic Park?
The steel drum.
That is my
Whereabouts is
favourite
that
part
in?
of the whole album. Like, I think it's very, very... You hear it in the bridge most of all in that song, but I remember when I heard the demo of Jurassic Park and the steel drum was at the front of the mix, I felt like I was playing Super Mario World. It was so cool.
That song, I remember the first time I heard that song, I didn't get it. I was like, this is so confusing. And then I've just listened to it so much more since, and it's so catchy.
Oh
And
my
God,
goodness,
she
it
can
really
like
is.
belt out some vocal freaking hooks as well.
Yeah.
Seeing
Hooks for
Bonnie perform live as well. Both front women, Michaela and Bonnie, are queens. Such highly respectable figures, so good at songwriting, so good with their voices.
I
And they're
haven't
both
seen-
so distinct in what they do too. Like, I mean, I can't talk them up enough.
I haven't
brilliant.
seen yours truly live, but I remember seeing Stand Atlantic live, and she's like one of those people you just can't take your eyes off when she's singing. She just
Honestly.
goes for it. It's so good.
Demands the stage.
Yeah, it's great. Cool. Hey, do you have any more quick little things about these albums?
Any more fun facts, Cody?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like recording with him? Yeah.
What was it like recording Drink to Drown? So basically, we had to hire a MIDI keyboard because a grand piano fell through. And I think I did 3 full takes of it. And Steve was like, right, let's go to the pub. And I was just like, what? I've hired this for the whole day. You make me record it over and over again. He was just like, nah, let's go get a beer. So that was that. He was like, no, I've got everything I need.
It's a pretty ideal day then in the studio.
And yours truly with self-care. Yeah, what I know from their recording experiences, I got a text from Stevie one night being like, yeah, I got to push your session back to March because yours truly are taking forever. So, yeah.
Far out.
You get a little insight to the electric sun life.
Studio's in Sydney, hey. Whereabouts in Sydney is it?
The studio was in Blacktown.
Oh, true. Random.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Should we get into the segments?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's have a dig.
All right.
Let's have a go. Get inked.
Get inked.
All right. You know, you've been here before, Cody. You don't need an introduction to this. We're making some tattoo designs from the albums. What do you got? What do you got for us?
Man, see, every time I think of Get Inked, I will never be able to top the Time Bomb. It's still my favourite thing in existence.
That was so good, Adam. What was that? The freaking Blink
Anthem.
Track. So good.
Yeah.
Okay, so my tattoos.
What do you got, Cody?
So from yours truly, in the song Undersize, the end of the chorus, when Michaela sings, trying to stay afloat while you're swimming in pools treading undersize. So what I would have on my arm, I'll have a person swimming in budgie smugglers, which are 2 sizes too small. And their head's just like treading above water. They've got a speech bubble above them saying, this is a bad idea. And also the tattoo would be undersized. It would be very small, just on my wrist.
Bang, yours truly.
For Stan Atlantic, I remember Bonnie tweeted not long after the album came out, there's a song called Evil Igo, and she said, okay, so Evil Igo means when you, and then sometimes it, so you can. I would just get that right across my chest. That
good.
speaks to me on a different level.
That would be good.
Damn, both your tattoos worked on 2 different levels then. They're great. Adam, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go next. These aren't going to be anywhere near as good as Time Bomb, but they're alright.
Hey.
First one from Together, from yours truly. It was Tell Me Why I Feel This Way, the colour drained from my brain. I was thinking just like a grey brain kind of in a rainbow puddle. Be pretty dark.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, pretty dark. Might be kind of cool.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And then other one for Stan Atlantic, I went with from Jurassic Park, just the Dancing with Ghosts in Your Garden. It's just like 2 like people in ghost costumes, like the Phoebe Bridgers sort of costume, doing the tango.
That's nice. They're both really good.
Yeah.
Adam, Lindsay, everyone.
Clean. All right, Brad.
Okay, so mine is also from Undersized from the Yours Truly album. I'm going from the start of the chorus where it says, hold your virtues now, searching for blue butterflies. Do you guys remember like in those motivational media posters where it would be like one massive word?
Oh, yeah.
It would be like, and then it'll have heaps of tiny different words to like make a picture or something.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that, but it's going to be like virtue, and then have all the good and bad virtues, or like all the whatever those like all those morals and stuff are to form a blue butterfly.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's great.
I just looked up virtue on Google Images, and I was like, oh, there's all these words that come with like all the vices and all that sort of stuff. I was like, yeah, that's happening. That's gonna do me very well. And for Stan Atlantic, I'm just going to the track "Drink to Drown." I'm just thinking that pink elephant off the cover, just weird, maybe in like a kiddie blow up pool or something, and he's just drowning in his own booze, and he's got X's. It's maybe like a cartoon version. It's got X's over his eyes and stuff.
It's pretty dark. Yeah.
Pink elephant in a kiddie pool drowning. Kind of nuts. What do you reckon?
It's really dark.
The circus is crying.
Yeah.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Nice, Brad. Very
Cheers,
nice. I'm going with for yours truly. Might be a bit of a cop out, but I'm just doing. Well, actually, it's not the album artwork. So when they put out Together, the single, it's very similar to the album artwork, but it's just like two hands and like some, I don't know what type of flower it is, but like in between. It would be such an emo tattoo. Anyway, you should look it up from when they did Together and Composure. Like, it's on their Spotify.
Yeah.
But it looks similar to the album artwork, but it's not it. So it looks pretty cool. I'm sure if you're a big Yours Truly fan, you'd probably get it. And then from St. Atlantic, from the song Shh, the song is, I'm laying with the demons that I hate, like a little lab rat just crawling in a cage. Just like a little rat running on its wheel, and that's it. Just like on your like forearm. Just be kind of clean.
Yeah.
Little rat. Nothing to do with Stand Atlantic. You would be like, oh, shh, by Stand Atlantic. Shh, cool. Love that song.
Of course.
Yep, they're mine. Next. All right, we're doing the ad. That's right. We're adding songs in our Spotify playlist, which is chunky as all hell now. Read the Record Royale ads. Find that on Spotify. All right, favorite song from each album. Cody, go.
From Self Care, I have to go Ghost. That is my favourite song off that album. It just packs so much of a punch. It is such a brilliantly written song. The chorus hits hard. I love the little, you got the soft chorus at the start, and you got some huge choruses at the end. The opening riff on the guitars. Yeah, it renders me speechless every single time. And also, I remember being shown that song for the first time with Lachlan. We were drunk, heading home from Wings and Tins, and we were both texting Michaela because we're both idiots. And I was like, oh, Lachlan's showing me Ghost. And she was like, what do you think? And I went to type I like, and my phone auto-corrected it to I puke.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I spent a long time trying to redeem myself after that one.
I puke. I puke at your song.
Alright, so for Stan Atlantic's Pink Elephant, see, I've got two songs on my screen here, and it's really tough trying to pick between the two. I'm going to be really controversial, and I'm going to go Silk and Satin is my favourite song off that album.
Nice.
Third last one.
I know it's a huge call, but something about that song, I know it's almost like an interlude, and it's so different to the rest of the album, but it catches you so off guard, and it's so sentimental, and it's just such a nice feel break for the whole album. I know, coming towards the latter end of it. And the chorus, Bonnie's wordsmith vocals over the top of some wonderfully strange production. I very much like Silk and Satin.
Decent.
What's
Cool.
that?
That's very nice.
It's a dope song name as well. All right, Adam.
For Stand Atlantic, I'll go... I think I'll go Evil I Go. Is that how you say it? Evil I Go?
That was going to be my second pick.
Yeah, it's got it's a good example of them kind of changing around mid-song. Like, the different sections, it kind of catches you by surprise. I think, like, after the first chorus, this, like, rhythm comes in. It kind of sounds like that second Panic at the Disco album, a little bit, for, like, a brief second. Don't know how to explain it further than that, but great track. And then for yours truly, I might go Composure, which is kind of the cop-out, but...
No, yeah.
I reckon it's
I was
the
going
best
to do
track.
that. It has to go
Just
in.
got to be in there. Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say, Adam?
Composure.
Bugs. Both
It's so
mine have
good.
been said.
The vocals are just insane.
I might go... Oh, I was going to go Ghost.
You can still go Ghost.
You can
I'm just
actually.
thinking, I think Funeral Home was maybe one of my favourite hooks, so I might go that. I'll go that as my backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just good song. Very
I like
solid.
the idea for that song. How it's like about what I read. It's about how, like, when you go to a funeral and then you realise you don't really know anyone in your family. Like, it's like, who is all these people? I thought that was a pretty cool concept.
It's haunting. It's so true and haunting.
It's very true, yeah. Brad,
Absolutely.
Stand Atlantic song?
I'm going to go Hate Me Sometimes because that's maybe my favourite hook. I'm just going for hooks this week, I think.
Yeah.
And
that song is so good, I reckon.
I'm glad it made the album, even though there's chucked on the end.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll just go with them too.
Yeah, I pumped that song so much when it first came out. Yeah, both of mine have been said. I'll do Together for for the Yours Truly album. That song just builds really, really well. And that's the one I've gone back to a lot. And I'll go Blurry from Pink Elephant because it's pretty different. Now that you said about how it's recorded differently, that makes sense. That was actually in my like top 10 songs of last year. I really like that song.
Big call.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, because when I heard it, I did not know it was them, and then it's brilliant. It's a really cool song. Yeah, some dope songs there. All right, you know what it's time for. Get your vocals ready. It's Spocks and Spacks time.
Everyone on your buzzers. Let's play
Spocks and Spacks.
Yeah,
ready, boys.
You know, Adam's singing 3 tracks, 2 from these albums, 1 from any album we've done on the pod so far.
That's it.
Oh, shit.
Today I'm reading
What are you reading from?
Fuck That's Delicious, the recipe book from Action Bronson.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, very keen.
Here we go.
Song number 1.
I'm a beat bitch, baby. I love beats.
Wait, go. I know what it is. A wooga.
A wooga?
We forgot to do buzzers, but anyway,
yeah.
that is Blurry by Stan Atlantic.
Correct.
Wow.
Weird. Well, I'm a wooga. I'm assuming Brad is
Cha-ching.
No, I'm going to change it to Schwoops in memory of Benny.
Yeah, that was a good.
God,
one.
that's funny.
All right, Cody, what would you like your buzzer to be?
I just screamed. I didn't even know we were doing buzzers.
Yeah, we didn't really explain that too well, did we?
I'm gonna just shout blue.
All right. Anyway, I got that first one very quick. I apologize. We should have remembered the buzzers. We've legit forgotten every week. Maybe we should just continue to forget. It's kind of the segment now. All right, Adam. Song number 2, also from these albums.
All right. Australia, man. That is where I've had some of the...
That's Composure by yours truly.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
Sorted.
So
All right, this is
quick.
becoming the quickest
pretty
Spocks
quick.
and Spacks ever. All right, now this third one, Cody, is from any album that we've done on the podcast, and we've done.
Oh, goodness.
We've done a few. We've done a
Done
few
80.
so far. Yeah.
80 albums, actually.
Right.
Is this 79 and 80?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Hopefully
definitely...
Adam chose something
No,
that
it
you'd
couldn't
know.
be. It
Cody
couldn't
should be
because
able
we
to
had,
get it, I think.
We had
Oh, true.
to a bracket week, so it'd be like 75 and 76.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I think. All right, go Adam.
All right. Fried chicken on the hood of the car, sandwiches on the hood.
Awooga.
Yeah.
It's She by Green Day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thought you'd get it straight away, Cody. I was hoping.
I was about to say blue, but then I'd say blue and then be like, I'm going to have to think
Yeah.
for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So
So
I was like, I
this
can't cheat
segment
like
makes
that.
me nervous. To play and to sing. Puts you on the
Really
spot.
does.
There's a lot of pressure.
That was the best one
That was
yet.
Thanks,
very
guys.
That was-
yeah.
I practiced a fair bit.
We couldn't have got them quicker.
On the money.
See, I should have known, Adam. You were like, you'll get it. It was like, it's going to be from my previous episode,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought that should
Yes,
make
my
it pretty
first win. My first segment win in like freaking 6 months. All right, let's see how you boys go with 2 truths and a lie. Here we go. All right, I'm reading 3 statements. 2 of them are indeed true. 1 is a lie. They're all about Stan Atlantic.
All right.
So sorry, yours truly fans.
Are yours truly a joke to you?
Couldn't find too much fun facts about them. So, these aren't too fun either. All right, number 1. When on tour in the UK and Europe, Stan Atlantic's luggage got left at the airport in Hamburg, forcing them to go 4 days wearing the same clothes that they also had to play shows in. Number 2. Stan Atlantic were originally called What It's Worth, with their first single being Bulletproof Vest, before changing their name in 2014. Number 3, Stan Atlantic were the first Australian band to be signed to Rude Records, their label before Hopeless.
Decent.
Discuss.
Cody, can we get a fact check on that?
Yeah,
the
Cody, can you
second
just
one,
tell
maybe?
us all the answers?
Yeah, see, this would have been a lot easier if they were yours truly truths and lies, because I know that band inside out. Wow, you've really put me on the spot here.
I was going to say, I hope you
See-
don't just freaking bunk all these straight away. So I'm glad that you don't know.
Not at all. I feel like an investigator here all of a sudden. All right, so I need to converse with my 2 other detectives,
Yes,
Adam and Brad.
I reckon you would have heard the first one if it was true. Like, you would have probably heard about it.
Have you heard of the other two though?
Nah, but they're a little deeper. Whereas I think that, like, that
That's
they
a
probably
story
would have
to tell
posted
your
on
mates,
socials.
for sure.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of something that you would keep to yourself. Like, it's almost embarrassing. But then again, you never know. People lose luggage all the time. I remember losing my luggage in Bali.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a fun time.
I reckon we'd know about it if that was
That's true. No other Australian band signed to Rude Records. I mean, there would be now, but Stat being the first. That was in 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah, so they're...
Would be.
Oh, whenever their first EP came out. No, Sidewinder?
Sidewinder.
That was released
2017. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds legit then.
That sounds true. That they would be the first. I mean, because Rude is an Italian division of Hopeless Records.
Right.
The middle one, which was... What was it again, Will?
Stand Atlantic were originally named What It's Worth, with their first single being called Bulletproof Vest before changing their name in 2014.
I'm choosing that one.
I remember seeing something on YouTube shown to me by someone whose name will be redacted, and I can't
Bleep it
remember what
out.
the name of the band was or what the name of the song was, but it was a very young Stan Atlantic, and so I'm pretty sure that was before they changed their name. They definitely had a different name and different style before that.
Yeah,
So
makes sense.
I'm going to lock in the first one as the lie.
Yeah,
that
me
they
too.
lost their luggage.
I guess he's just hit the nail on the head. And Sandy's look at him. He's not happy. We just debunked it. So I reckon
What are
that's
you
probably
doing,
it
Brad?
then. Yeah, I'm hopping on the bandwagon.
Ah, that sucks, boys. So, they were called What It's Worth, and they were the first band signed to Rude Records.
Yeah.
We did
Made
it.
the first one up. Oh, boo earns.
Boo earns.
You've gone from such a high
Damn.
to such a low.
Yeah, is that the first time it's been like 3 people get it right? That is no good.
Yeah.
It was very difficult to find some interesting facts. I was reading every interview possible. I know a lot about the band now. Well, that's all right. That's all right.
That's all
Well
right.
done. Well done. That's the aim of the game. You got to guess which one is true, which one's a lie. All right, moving on. It's time to rate these albums.
Let's do it.
Out of 10, for yours truly, let's just do Siamese Souls. For Stand Atlantic, let's do
Hang
How
on.
Many Times You Drink to Drown.
Hang on. That first one's contradictory because Siamese, that's technically 2, right? So would I have to, would the rating have to be a division of 2?
Oh, God, I'm not good enough for maths. All right, let's do 10 Funeral Homes and 10
Yay.
Times You Drink to Drown
Yeah.
in honor of Cody's
Oh.
performance on the keys.
Absolutely.
All right, Cody, you're going first. Out of 10, we're doing yours truly, Self-Care first. Out of 10. And remember,
that
they're your
gets-
friends.
I know. You are.
listening.
They're really going to hate me. That album gets 8 Funeral Homes out of 10 by me.
Nice.
Decent.
I really do love it, and I was part of I was part of the sober segment of their album launch before it went absolutely tits up. It was a really nice thing to be a part of too, and that entire album is fantastic. It got feature album on Triple J. That's incredible. That is huge for them with a debut album. Ghost, my favorite song off that record. I love every single on that album, inside out. I remember hearing Hearts Leave and trying to hold back from tears. There's so much emotion on that album, and I remember Teddy telling me that each song is resemblant of a step of self-care. So it's a very emotionally driven album with truth and heart to it. It gets 8 Funeral Homes out of 10 from me.
Well said.
Shall we
Very
go
well
to Stand
said.
Atlantic?
No, we'll go around.
We'll do one at a time. Got to build
Oh,
that.
sorry.
Got to build that suspense.
We've got to
Gotta
build the
that
suspense
mate.
up.
Adam, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with 7 Funeral Homes. I think. I did really enjoy this record. I hadn't listened to it all the way through until this week, but yeah, classic pop punk, incredible performances, like really, really good playing and singing. Probably just wouldn't go higher. I don't know. It's maybe just not doing anything experimental enough for me, like in the genre. So it is still like very much a pop punk album, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But I mean, we did do the Beatles last week, so I can't. I'm kind of rating it against some massive things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go 7.
Nice. All right, Brad.
Sounds good. I'm going to back you up there, Adam. Yeah, I think what you said, that like performances, amazing. It's really fun. Heaps interesting. Listen, I'm in the same boat as Adam. I think I'm in the middle of something a bit more raw in terms of what I'm in my punk right now, and coming back to a really crispy produced album's just been a bit of a switch up for me. I'm not hating on it. It's not. I'm sure I'll come back to something a bit more polished soon. But right now I'm in the middle of something else. So yeah, it wouldn't get any higher for me right now.
I'm backing you two bozos up with a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 funeral homes, to be exact. You hit the nail on the head, both you, I think. I think because how like polished the pop punk sound is, I kind of found it hard to distinguish between like a few of the deeper cuts that didn't have the soaring hooks like Composure and Together and those songs did. However, it's pretty like brilliant pop punk in terms of like captivating you with every single instrument and vocal line and all the production elements. So
absolutely.
Yeah, like I still love this type of pop punk, but yeah, I'm going 7. 7 funeral homes out of 10, and that means we're now doing Pink Elephant, Stand Atlantic, out of 10.
Oh, why
times
didn't we
you drink
just
to
do
drown.
Pink Elephants?
Yeah, we should have just done that, but I like referring. Now that I know Cody played keys on that song, I'm just gonna keep referring to it. So, times you drink to drown. Cody, what do you got?
I am by no means an alcoholic, but this album gets a 9 times I drink to drown out of 10.
Damn.
Go.
My goodness. If I could put into words how weirdly beautiful this album is to me, it's very unique. You can tell it was a complete change up and a change of direction for what they had done before. You get experimental hints on songs like Evil Eye Go and like even on Soap, where you got, even if that's so poppy, but it's so nicely done, brilliant hooks, great production. I will forever talk up Bonnie's wordsmith lyrics because I would love to be able to take a leaf out of her diary. Wow.
Yeah.
There's so much good about both these albums. But yeah, Stand Atlantic edges out a win for me with a 9 times I drink to drown out of 10.
Nice.
Very nice. Well put. All right, Adam.
I am going to go with an 8. What is it? Drinks I drown in?
Yeah, whatever, that works.
Whatever that is. I'm going to go 8. I'm going to go one more. Can't go any more because, as I said before, we did do the Beatles last week. So kind of on a different rating system. But I think it's definitely a lot more experimental, which is what I was probably chasing in the Yours Truly album. And I actually probably like the poppier sections more, I think, maybe. It's a very diverse pop punk album and great performances. Yeah, unbelievable. There you go.
Bloody unbelievable.
Bloody
Brad?
unbelievable, mate.
Well said. I was thinking at the end of the day, I was like, which one do I like better? And I really can't do that because I like them both for different reasons. And I think I'm going to go a 7 just because it's been our first week listening to an album like this, and it is a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
I think that this Stand Out now, because there is layers and lots to it. And I need a bit more time, and I'm sure with that time, it'll only get better and better. So, yeah, that's a bit of a cop-out. I'm just prematurely giving it a 7 rather than like me actually really getting into it. But, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I liked this. The thing, like this album, it changes a lot. And like usually in albums, I don't like that as much. But this one I really did because the hooks are so good on every song. Like, regardless of what type of song it is, it's just so catchy. Like, there's probably only like 2 or 3 times where I probably won't go back to the songs, but like every single is a freaking tune.
Decent.
So I think so this is where I wish we did decimal points, but anyway, I'm gonna have to go 8 just for that reason alone.
Bang bang.
So yeah, 8 times you drink to drown, which means
We have a winner.
we have a winner.
Decent.
San Atlantic Pink Elephant gets 32 out of 40. It beats Self Care by yours truly, which got 29 out of 40.
Nice.
How do you feel? How do you feel, Cody?
Good scores.
Yeah, some very good
One group
scores.
of friends is no longer going to like me.
Yeah. You won't be hearing from them
Banished.
for a minimum
Well, I
9
think
months.
no, I went into this episode knowing that it would be, we'd all like albums for different reasons, and it would be a tight rating system. I think I've realised I'm a very generous rater compared to you three, and I think I realised that especially when listening to the Rust in Peace and Ride the Lightning episode, where I don't think there was a single rating above 6 or something, was there?
I think there was a few
I
higher ones
gave
for
Ride the Lightning
but-
like a 9, but
Oh,
Rust in
wow,
Peace.
right.
Rust in
Rust
Peace.
in Peace deserved what it got.
What Rust in Peace
wait,
needs to rest in peace. That bloody
Yeah, what a disappointment
me.
of an album that was, going back to 10 years after listening to it.
Goblin vocals. Oh.
What were they thinking? Anyway, we're not doing Rust in Peace. But yeah, thanks for doing these albums. And thanks for coming on. A two-timer.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
First 2 times.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You have to get a
That's
tap.
a big deal. Yeah. You have to get one of the taps we said today.
Yeah.
You can get anyone. Take your pick.
I'll have to listen back and see which one was best. It wouldn't be one of mine, though.
Oh, we'll see. I don't know. Ours are usually pretty shit. So yeah, thanks for coming on again, dude. Next week, we're doing a couple of bloody Kiwi albums. 2 New Zealanders. We're doing Benny, her album that came out pretty recently, Hey You X, against Lord. Everyone knows Lord, and her album Pure Heroin. I've wanted to do these 2 for a while. Well, I wanted to do Lord for a while, and then as soon as Benny came along, I was like, boom, done.
Yeah.
That's happening.
No, I'm keen.
So it's going to be pretty fun. A couple of New Zealand pop albums.
Maybe it'll rise up our numbers in New Zealand. We can climb that
That's
chart.
the only reason why we
Surely.
did it. Yeah.
I'm just gonna in the episode notes. I'm just gonna tag every possible New Zealand tag and then see how we go.
Now we've just got to find 2 Tunisian acts so that we can reach that #1 spot.
So if you're listening and you are a Tunisian artist, hit us up
Yeah, hit
at
us up.
Record
Come on the
Royale on
pod.
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Don't know
Yeah,
what
that's right.
language
Get
you
us on.
speak, but Tunisian, I guess.
Tunisian? Yeah.
Yep.
I can't pronounce that word. I'm gonna stop trying. All right, Cody. Thank you so much for coming on again.
Thank
You're
you
welcome
for
back
having me.
anytime. Anytime. Maybe for that Silverchair Violent Soho app.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
We'll
that'd
see.
be nice.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you all next week for episode 41. A couple of Kiwi acts. All right, Brad. All right, Adam. See you later,
Bye now.
Cody.
There you go.
Farewell.
Cody, thanks for coming
See ya.
on.
Bye bye.